Van Gogh, a vague personality to a few, an artist to many, and to some, a particular crazy guy who cuts his ear. But who is he really? What is the deal with a man who renewed the world's perspective of a starry night simply with several palettes of blue and yellow? What's his story? Well, the sure thing is, the journey started in Venice. We've all had enough of this biography about a little boy who works for an Argentine child, soon finding himself getting an art education. But despite having all the talent, he didn't make so much stuff out of his artistic career. Well, that is before his death.
To many, there isn't really much to know about Van Gogh than the usual stuff we hear during art history classes and those we see in biographical books. To them, he is nothing but a crazy nutshell who cuts his ears and did great landscape paintings of night skies and still life portraits of flowers. Thing is, there are a few things people rarely know about the infamous ear-cutting artist who counts down to our top 5. He was a ridiculously fast walker. He used to walk a lot. During his stay in London, he used to walk from Brixton to Covent Garden, a journey that took him 45 minutes. He was a ridiculously fast walker. He walked over 100 miles in 3 days, from London to Ramsgate, where his sister lived. His shoes were truly used, the reason for which he found it appropriate to pay the his respects in paintings. Van Gogh and women. He had rather unusual taste in women. He liked them faded, worn out. Vincent went to such great lengths that once he put his hand over the flame of a candle and promised to keep it there unless he could see the woman he fell in love with. Most of the women he loved were widows and prostitutes. His favorite was Shen, a woman with which he lived for a while. He even wanted to marry her, despite his family opposing it. The ear cousin. Yes, he didn't because his ear insulted his favorite prostitute. Most people believe it's just a insanity, but most people don't know the context in which it happened. Vincent was living with his friend Paul in art, where they used to go to both sides together. Usually, after a matador defeated the bull, he'd get the ear of that bull as a symbol of his triumph. Picture everything in this context and think about the fact that the Gogh was successful with women, and like Vincent, he actually wanted to hand his ear to his friend and admit his defeat. That high note of yellow. Van Gogh had a feeling for color, especially yellow. He could reach his brush and easel what you may call a high-pitched yellow. Take some time and look at some of his paintings, and you will understand what that means. Some people blame it on glaucoma, a disease which damages the optical nerve to blindness. But Vincent used to drink very strong coffee, which apparently enhanced his perception of colors and resulted in this very strong view of yellow.
Vincent van Gogh always thought of stars fondly. He painted his Starry Night at Night. Starry Night 1, painted in pearls, was done by putting candles in his straw hat, just to have enough light to paint. The second one was done in the time he spent in the hospital in St. Remy. He wrote to his brother Theo in a letter. That was like a journey to the stars. To die peacefully is like going there on foot.
Van Gogh is more than the guy we read in history books. He was 30. His life was as colorful as his paintings, although he was never much appreciated like his work. Truth be told, during his time he was a bit of a weirdo. Disembodied ears, a few soul paintings, and a few trips to the mind doctor isn't exactly the cookie-cutter life he wished for back in the 1850s. Yet today, he's treated like an art god. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. That says a lot about life. Van Gogh's life says a lot of things about life. And that's coming from a guy who cuts his own ears.